Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today we have a very exciting video because Konami has just released the new ban list. I am going into this spoiler free, but as you guys can see, there are already two names on the tippy top of the list, which is really cool. Really nice to see that we do have these hits, which we have been waiting for a while. Konami just loves releasing big time floodgates, and we pay for it for a few months at a time usually, or through cycles, and then eventually they usually get banned. But today is a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And stay tuned for more deck profiles and stuff as we update, because there are going to be a lot of updates to come from all this. So, like I said, came through this spoiler free, but this ban list probably came out already about 7 hours ago, because I do work a different schedule than I used to. So it is a little bit harder for me to get to these videos. But let's get into it. So first of all, we have here Artifact Scythe. New on the list. This is a pretty awesome hit. So far, Scythe hasn't really been doing too much this previous format, but with the formats to come and stuff, we're going to be seeing a lot more branded and stuff coming up. And branded actually does have a way to be able to cycle around Artifact Scythe. I can't remember what it is, but it's one of the trap cards. My buddy Israel at Locals actually uses it to be able to pitch Scythe into the graveyard, and then be able to special summon it back and whatnot. You do just a whole bunch of crazy things with that. A lot of different ways to get Scythe out nowadays. And then we have Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. This right here, this is enough of a hit that I would be happy for Fluunderies. If they don't take any other hits, obviously other people want things like Harpy's Featherstorm to get hit, D-Shifter, all those kinds of things. But honestly, Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds is enough for this to hurt Fluunderies. Enough to be able to slow them down for a while. And I mean, honestly, like, what else are they going to do? Like, they're just going to basically wait for you to, like, start special summoning, make a board, and then they go ahead and do all of their loops with Ryza and all that stuff. Really not too big of a deal. Once Barrier Statue is gone, it opens up so many more windows, because the big deal is the fact that you're always going up against Barrier Statue. You just go and you go normal summon. Okay, I'll normal summon whatever, Tearlament Merly, summon out Merly, and then they make it so that you can special summon, obviously, and then they go ahead and do all of their stuff. They Ryza, all those things, and then they just send your stuff back, and now you can't special summon, and you just can't do anything. So I think that this is an adequate hit, and like I said, I'm pretty excited about the Scythe. Let's see as we move along, what else do we have? What else? So I did not do a prediction video. I was actually thinking of recording a prediction video today, but I did not get around to it. Tier, obviously we got to see some tier hits. You can't be in a tier, TEAR 0, tier 0 format without getting some tier hits. So let's see. We got fusions. So are we going to see any tier fusions here? Oh, they actually did it. They did the Kit Colossus. Okay, so in the fusions, we are seeing Kit Colossus. Thunder Dragon Colossus, still there, still on the ban list. Wait a second. We got to check. Oh my gosh, wait, what am I thinking of? I don't think I see it. Oh, Orcus Harpor, there it is. Okay, so so Harpor, a lot of people do want that to come back, but it's not back yet. Kit Colosso, this is actually a pretty good hit. The thing is that it does not kill this deck, but it really hits the consistency, because this card allows you to add a free card to hand. Usually you go for the Merly kit play, where you get an 8-card mill, and then also this card just goes into Rukolos, so now not being able to have that, it's actually really a smart idea on Konami's part, because it strategically makes it so that people are going to end up buying more of the Dark World structure deck, because now if you're playing King of the Swamp to be able to go into Rukolos, then you might as well just be playing the Dark World fusion monster. Can't think of the name right now, but you know, honestly, you know, like, that card can just take the Grapha fusion can just take the spot of the Kit Colossus, and now your extra deck pretty much just runs the same. You're just going to be a little less consistent, and you're going to be hitting 5 less cards on your mill, and technically like maybe 3, because now you're not going to be getting to that Merly as consistently. Anyways, let's see what else new. Sprite Elf. Ooh, Sprite Elf ban. That is actually really crazy. I did not think we were going to see a Sprite Elf ban. But the thing with Sprite Elf is that Elf is getting play in tons of decks. Tons of decks that it, like, probably shouldn't be seeing play in. It's seeing play in Tearlaments to be able to get to Merly, or to be able to get to your Diviner of the Herald that's in the graveyard. So that's actually a pretty decent hit. So Sprite Elf, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, like I'm saying, you're seeing it in Sprite, you're seeing it in Runic Sprite. I'm trying to think of other decks where you're seeing it, but there are a lot of other decks. I think what did I know that I used Sprite Elf in a different deck profile a while ago that was not a tier limit, or was not a Sprite deck. So probably a smart hit there. But that's crazy though, because like this is such a toolbox card for level 2s. And the fact that Ronin Totem is still here, they still have Ronin Totem banned after they hit Sprite Elf, that's actually a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. I would really like to see the Toad come back. Okay, anything else? I was considering maybe Super Poly could possibly hit the ban section here, or like limited or something weird, but let's see what happens, I guess. Anything else while we're going through the band section? No. Okay, so that's going to be it for the band, but that was a lot. So we've got Elf, we've got Kit Kolos, we've got Scythe, and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Okay. And so far I have not noticed like any other big things moving. We got Halqifibrax and stuff. We'll see though. We'll see if anything moved off of the list. New, what do we have? Agito! Ooh, okay, wait. Oh, are they just hitting all of them? Because like Agito's like the worst one. Wow. They're really hitting tier hard. So they're going to hit Agito. Are they just going to hit all of them? Or are they just going to like leave the shufflers maybe? Kelbeck, Keldo, and Mudora. Wow. Okay, so, gosh. So like, I mean, I don't know if tier limit is dead, but that's big. Like, that is hard. Like, because even like, because in my side deck, I like to play the cards that oh my gosh, my brain just cannot function right now. The card like the Gravekeeper's Trap and the Exchange of the Spirit, which works really well with the Mudora and the Keldo. You can get to those cards really easily. So I like to play with those in my side deck for the tier mirror match. And any other deck that likes to revolve around the graveyard and stuff. But that's actually pretty crazy. Limiting all of them and Kit Kolos. And if we see any more hits, I would actually be a little bit surprised, because that is like that seems like enough. And as well as the Sprite Elf, because Sprite Elf is like a card that you play in tier and works really fantastically in tier. We have Havness, Merly, and Sheeran all limited. That is wow. Okay, so I'm wrong. Like, everyone who's seen the list already is already laughing at me, because all of these hits are for tier, except for like the Stormwinds from earlier, and then Sprite obviously is pretty generic, but wow. So we have Havness, Merly, and Sheeran, and all of these Shizu cards, all limited. That is crazy. I don't know if I'm going to spend much more time on this, but that is crazy. That is a huge hit. And like I was saying with the Sprite Elf, like you have the Merly there. You have much less consistency getting the Merly now, because you have now a limit on Merly. You have a ban on Elf, so you can't just bring it back from the graveyard. And you have a limit, you have a ban on Kit Kolos. So like you can barely search Merly except for like with the field spell. That is ridiculous. Ancient Fairy Dragon, nice. I think a lot of us were knowing that like Ancient Fairy Dragon's errata was going to be coming, so that's really cool. So effective on March 10th. So we'll hopefully be having like a reprint sometime, and then obviously I'm just gonna make this prediction right now. Like our next core set or something, one of the core sets in the near future is going to have Ancient Fairy Dragon as like the signer dragon Starlight. I don't feel like that's like a really bold thing to say, because it seems pretty obvious that like they're bringing Ancient Fairy Dragon back with an errata. That way they can put it in as like one of the signer dragon Starlights, which they've been doing in a lot of the core sets. So we've already had Stardust Dragon. I'm trying to think of which of all of them that we've had. I can't believe that in Power of the Elements we did not have Power Tool Dragon. That seemed like that was a pretty obvious one. But what else do we have new around here? Anything new? Okay, so Beatrice is still limited. That still makes sense. That just caught my eye. Okay, these are all still there. Semi-limited, Pot of Desires, Recital Starling. Destrudo was limited, no longer on the list. That seems fine. He wasn't really doing anything. Jet Synchron no longer on the list. Also was limited before. Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. That also seems fine. Servant of Endymion was limited before, no longer on the list. True King Lithalgium, or however the Lithosagium, however the heck you say that, no longer on the list. Yatagarasu, which actually is pretty cool because I just bought that in Starlight. I actually have it right here. Just got this in Starlight from my buddy Francis. Shout out to Francis. So that's actually pretty cool. Got that right under the wire. Maybe that's spiking a little bit. We'll see. And then Spiral Resort. That kind of makes sense. Spirals have done nothing since the Master Planner. Master Planner, is that the one that's been banned? But yeah, anyways, so yeah, Spiral Master Plan. Anyways, that's the list. That's crazy. So, okay, so like really no big hits to Despia, which really hasn't been doing much except for like the Scythe hit. Barrier Statue, I'm super happy about this. Pretty toxic card. Really, really annoying to play against Fluanderies. I think a lot of decks you can play around Shifter a little bit. You can't like if you can't play around Shifter, you just have to have like something like Baguska or something to like wait a turn. But that works really well. So you can play around Shifter. You can play around Featherstorm. Maybe Featherstorm really sucks. But getting rid of Barrier Statue, it's a searchable card. Really good to just get rid of that. Kit Kolos and all the other tier hits. That's crazy. It makes sense. But wow, is that nuts? Like, especially with like trying to push the Bestials, I guess. But think about that. Like if your plays are getting disrupted and then you're just like, well, whatever, I'll use Mudora to shuffle stuff back. You only get that once, or technically twice because you also have the Keldo, but you only get the shuffle back twice. And I mean, like the 5-card mill twice, that is fine. Like with the Agido and the Kelbeck, those are fine. But man, is that big? And then I think the biggest hits is these limits here, because like this is huge for hitting the consistency. I don't really know how you play around this. I guess we still have the other tier limit support that's coming out in Photon Hypernova and whatnot, so that's still around. Ancient Fairy Dragon, I'm pretty hyped about that because I thought that this was coming back at some point in the near future. But man, a lot of this stuff was actually really crazy. This was a pretty nuts list, in my opinion. I think, maybe you can have your own opinion. I don't even think you're allowed your own opinion. This was a crazy list. I think it was pretty good though. We got Sprite Elf banned, Kit Kolos banned. I'm just zip-zapping around the whole list, but this is nuts. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. There will be a lot of profiles, a lot of deck profile updates to do, especially on the tier limit side of things. I'm really excited to actually kind of work on that because, like, I always have so many things that I want to put in tier limits, and then I have no space for it. So now I have a ton of space, but a lot of stuff is banned. So it's going to be a lot of work to get the deck back up to snuff. But anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you guys again. I really hope that you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Big shout out to Mammoth Headwear. I forgot to mention this earlier in the video. We are going to be having a giveaway for a free hat from Mammoth Headwear. So keep your ears open, keep your eyes peeled for that giveaway, which will be coming up. We are also going to be doing some streams for Pokemon and hopefully some Yu-Gi-Oh coming up later this week. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Again, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you guys haven't already. Let me know what you guys thought about in the ban list down in the comment section, and let me know what other decks you guys are looking to play in this upcoming format. We are now out of Tier 0 format, so that is actually pretty cool. Again, let me know down in the comments, and we will see you guys for the next one. Peace.